hour. Check out the humidity, and it is overcast. Hitters like that because the hitting area does not have that sun splashed reflection. Let's take a look at the Cardinals lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. In the leadoff position will be Brendan Ryan, then Chris Duncan. Albert Pujols is hitting third. Big numbers against Zito. Ludwig, Molina, and Keel gets a start. It'll be Barden, Carpenter, and then Schumacher.
Let's take a look at the Giants defensively. It'll be Lewis, Rowan, and Wynn. That's your outfield. Renteria, Uribe on the left side of the infield with Burris and Sandoval on the right side. And Benjamin Molina, well, he'll be in the squad doing the catching for the gentleman on the hill. And that will be Barry Zito. Zito 0-2 lifetime against the Cardinals.
First pitch of the ball game is hammered into left field for a base hit.
Take a look at the numbers for Barry Zito, who's been kind of the guy that they have not been getting runs for. Just getting 2 runs a game. He's got 9 starts, 1-5, a 4.02 ERA. And when Zito's right, you're going to see a curveball. He'll throw anytime. He'll cut a fastball, and then he can accentuate the cut in the fastball with action that runs in the hands flat to a right-hander. He's also got a changeup that he will throw in any count as well.
So much for the get it in strike to start out the ball game.
Well, Brendan Ryan sitting all over a fastball, and it was a belt-high strike. But you're right. You don't expect a guy to be jumping on the first thing you throw him.
Duncan takes a strike. Duncan hitting .257, 4 home runs, 26 driven in. Last night, Duncan went 1 for 4. He also hit a bullet that Emmanuel Burris made a very nice play on to end an inning before Pujols came to the plate. Here Duncan waves at a breaking ball, and now it is 0-2.
Yeah, that's a breaking ball to make you talk to yourself a bit. Chris Duncan stepping out after this big wave at. And the curveball has been one pitch that has really come back for Zito. It started last couple months of last year, and he's brought that pitch right into this season. It's been a good pitch for him.
0-2 to Duncan. And Zito once again will check on Brendan Ryan. Ryan with 3 steals on the season. He's been thrown out none times.
You know, you talk about a pitcher out there throws one pitch and he's in his stretch. I mean, Zito hasn't even gotten comfortable with the mound yet. He hasn't even dug out his hole yet.
1-2 now to Chris Duncan. He's only had a couple of at-bats lifetime against Zito, and he's 1 for 2. Giants have won 4 straight. They've won all of their games on this homestand. And of course they'll try to extend that out tonight before they leave after the game tomorrow for a very long road trip. 1-2. Duncan waited on the breaking ball and dribbled it foul.
The thing that's so unusual about the breaking ball from Zito is how big it is. I mean, he throws that thing, and initially in the eye of the hitter, he'll give up on it, think it's going to be high, but you have to stay with it because it will break because of its velocity and the size of the break. I mean, it's one you really have to fight yourself to stay on.
1-2 to Duncan. Lifted to left. Lewis camps underneath this one. 1 out. And that'll bring up Albert Pujols. Ideally, you'd like to face Pujols with 2 outs and nobody on, but that's not going to happen here in the 3rd.
Yeah, 2 outs and nobody on, and him standing waist deep in a pool. This guy's got scary fundamentals in the batter's box. Everything he does is just almost perfect, and it allows him to combine the ability to hit for average and power, and they don't make many guys like this guy. And what's amazing about his swing is how level his swing is, how long his bat stays in the hitting area. He backspins ground balls.
In the dirt. Molina couldn't find it. Now he does. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, he has now earned the label of avoid, avoid, avoid.
At all costs. That's a AAA player. Avoid, avoid, avoid.
We saw it for 15 years with Barry Bonds. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, you try and be fine to the strike zone and pick apart the knee-high locations in and out. And if you're just off the plate a little bit, he'll spit on it. He gets such a good look at the ball, and he knows the strike zone so well. It's not often that he'll chase.
Ryan at first. He led the game off with a base hit, and it's 3-0. Home plate umpire that now is getting booed is Eric Cooper.
Cooper can have a tight zone.
See Riley, Merriweather, Las Diaz, and the walk. Avoid, avoid, avoid. And that'll bring up Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig hitting .266. He's got power, 8 home runs, 26 driven in.
Well, and he's just coming off the disabled list, and you really don't know what type of strike zone he's got in his mind, and what kind, how many at bats that he's had that enables him to get a good idea about a strike zone.
First pitch is high to Ryan Ludwig. Mike mentioned coming off the DL, he missed 14 games. He had a hamstring problem. Zito looking for the double play ball. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cardinals coming into the day were tied with the Brewers for the lead in the NL Central. They're 8 games over 500. Zito looks to second. Ludwig takes a strike. 1-2.
I think he was sitting on a breaking ball there. I think Zito's best pitch to get a ground ball is that big curveball.
The 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Nice play, Molina. 2-2. We'll say that all night. Nice play, Molina, because there's 2 of them in this game.
Well, here's the Benji Molina, and pretty textbook. Perfect positioning of the glove between the legs. You let that body go soft and make that chest protector be your glove.
Now full count. Interesting now to see if Tony La Russa will send Ryan and Pujols with a count 3-2.
Well, it's just a simple question you have to ask yourself if you're a manager. Do you think Ludwig is going to make contact, or do you think he's going to miss? If you think he's going to make contact, you send the runners.
Runners do not go. Got him. And that's why.
Hadn't thrown a changeup in the hole at bat. Here he saves it for a 3-2. And Ludwig, who's just off the DL, sent packing. Time now for our Firestone leaderboard. 2009 National League home run or home ERA leaders are the Giants in the ranking. Minimum of 25 innings. Well, that would be Barry Zito. He ranks 10th. Matt Cain 15th, and Tim Lincecum 17th. Giants team home ERA is 4th best in the National League at 3.17.
Here's Molina, 3 for 6 in his career against Zito, and he takes a fastball wide and high. 1-0. Molina went 1 for 3 last night. He comes in hitting .269. Ryan at second, Pujols at first. We are just underway here at AT&T Park, and the pitch. Swinging a fly ball to right. Randy Wynn out in Randy Wynnville. Side retired. Zito gets out of this mini mess. Giants coming up. Up. Let's take a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Rowan, Renteria, and then Randy Wynn. Benji Molina would be the cleanup hitter. Sandoval, a good night last night. Luis Uribe, 8th. Emmanuel Burris, 6-game hitting streak. And then Zito hitting 9th.
All right, let's look at the Cardinal defense. It'll be Duncan and Keel and Ludwig. That's your outfield. Barden and Ryan on the left side of the infield. Schumacher and Pujols on the right side. And that's right, another Molina. He'll be behind the plate. That's Yadier Molina, the younger brother of Benji Molina. And on the hill tonight, Chris Carpenter off to a great start. Just making his 5th start because he had an oblique injury. They put him on the shelf for a while.
Rowan on the ground to short. Ryan has it. 1 out on 1 pitch.
It's not often you see a guy who's made 4 starts have an ERA of 0.00, but if there's such an animal, it's Chris Carpenter, the 6'6", 230-pound right-hander who's 34 years old. He's in his 12th year at the big league level. And this guy is a Cy Young Award winner we've talked about, but I mean, really one of the better pitchers. You know, we talk about Albert Pujols, who combines power with finesse and that he can hit for average. Well, this is the kind of arm that Carpenter has, power and finesse. He'll give you 91 to 95 miles per hour depending on the grip. He'll sink the ball. He'll cut the ball. He's got an excellent assortment of off-speed pitches that he doesn't at times need because he knows how to pitch with a fastball so well.
Renteria, only 1 for 10 lifetime against Carpenter, comes into this at bat hitting .250. I'm not sure .250 tells you what kind of a season Renteria is having. He's had some huge hits for the Giants. 1 and 2.
There you see 2005 when he won the Cy Young Award, 33 starts, followed up with 32 2006, then 2007 he broke down, 2008 broke down, and this year again an injury, a freak injury to his side. But the big fella, I mean, he's just had a hard time in his career staying healthy, and he had a year where he completely missed the season. Back in 2003 he had a Tommy John surgery, and in the last 2 years he's had problems with his shoulder, and now he's got a nerve problem that, you know, it can come and go. So you really don't know how healthy he could be projected throughout the whole season.
I mean, that's the whole point. What would make anybody think it's just not going to be like that for a while?
Well, I think the Cardinals have resigned themselves to that fact that in order to correct the nerve problem that he has, there's a 5% chance if they go in there that he could lose the use of his arm entirely. So obviously that's not an option, and they're just going to have to deal with the nerve being somewhat of an issue.
3-2 to Renteria. Randy Wynn to follow.
Both pitchers are going to be working with a tight strike zone tonight with Eric Cooper.
And the walk to Renteria. Well, tonight during the game, we'll answer online questions from fans throughout the telecast. Log on to Comcast Sportsnet, Bay Area's homepage. There you see it. And that's where you submit questions. Ask Kruk and Kite is presented by Subway. Eat fresh. Remember to submit a question. Visit Comcast Sportsnet, Bay Area's homepage, and click on Ask Kruk and Kite. Randy Wynn hitting .280. And he takes a strike at the knees. Inside corner strike, and now it's a quick 0-2. 4 for 19. Randy Wynn against Carpenter. Giants jumped out in front of the Cardinals last night in the first inning. And Bruce Bochy, before the game, said he was hoping the Giants could do that again tonight. 1-2. He said for some reason it just relaxes everybody.
Matt Cain 6-1 on the year. There's his outing last night. 2 runs, 1 earned, 5 strikeouts. in 6 1/3. 8 base runners allowed. Just an excellent night for Matt Cain.
2-2.
And the Giants, the first time in Matt Cain's young career, they're scoring runs for him. You're right. And runs do relax. They relax not just the guy on the hill, they relax everybody in that dugout.
Up here, too.
And in the broadcast booth.
Two-two pitch. Out of play. See a lot of red in the seats tonight.
Now the Cardinals have been around a long time, and they see red caps every time they go to a visiting city. Just like the amount of Giants fans hats you'll see when the Giants go to St. Louis.
True. 2-2. Down the left field line and out of play. Really good fans, I might add. Cardinal fans are good fans.
They are. They're knowledgeable. They have fun. It's always been a fun town to go into and play. Even when I was with the Cubs, and the rivalry there is very strong. They had fun with the rivalry. It was a lot of good traditions there in that town. Great baseball town.
Another 2-2 pitch, and Randy Wynn flips this one to left field. It'll be Ryan, the shortstop, who goes out.
Let's take a look at our Chevron unsurpassed performance. We're talking Matt Cain last night. In 105 pitches and 6 1/3 innings, he allowed a couple of runs, 1 unearned, 2 walks against 5 strikeouts, but made quality pitch after quality pitch. Pitch to the scout report, pitch to the weakness in swings, and basically has become a very, very good pitcher at the tender age of 24.
Benji Molina hitting .254.
That's the best compliment you could give a guy.
Strike to Molina.
In this game, you're either a thrower or you're a pitcher, and there is a big difference. This young man here is a pitcher.
Molina 0 for 5 lifetime against Chris Carpenter. Foul back and a quick 0-2. Molina went 1 for 3 last night, just like his brother. Pablo Sandoval to follow. A teaser low and away, 1-2. I would have to believe that how Yadier Molina catches his brother and the pitches he asked for, that has to be the best scouting report in the league. 2-2.
I would think so. I mean, who studies a bigger brother more than a younger brother?
That's it. So scouts around the National League. This is a number of at bats that are fun to watch. 2-2 pitch. Got him. And that ends the inning. Little brother wins. Battle won. 0-0.
it's time for the Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area poll question. Go to csnbayarea.com and visit the Giants page to answer the following. Which position do you think Pablo Sandoval is best suited? First base, third base, or catcher? And we have 9-year-old Leo to give us his answer.
Third base, for sure. Third base.
All right, Leo's an expert, you guys. And to find out the final answers, just check out Giants post-game live.
Leo didn't just say third base. He said third base for sure. Yeah, for sure. So he punctuated his answer. 0-1 to Rick Ankiel. Ankiel takes high. 1 ball and 1 strike. I like a kid with conviction.
Yeah, he's got conviction.
High to Ankiel, hitting .244, a couple of home runs, 11 driven in.
Not going to get a lot of belt high strikes from Eric Cooper. What you get is going to usually be down around the knees.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Good pitch, right above the hands.
And he got him. Stayed with the fastball.
All right, Cap, I got a question here. When you guys were teenagers, did your girlfriends attend your baseball games?
Who's it from?
This is from Travis from Antioch.
Antioch. It was a huge distraction for me. Here's the first pitch to Brian Barden. My advice to all high school kids: don't let your girlfriends go to the games, because inevitably you're going to be looking in the stands to see if they're talking to somebody else. Because jealousy is a capital word in high school.
Yeah, well.
Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, my girlfriend did, and I married her. So,
yeah, that's right. You were never jealous.
No.
On the ground, Uribe on the backhand, and he's going to throw out Braden 5-3.
Nice pitch. Ran that cutter right into the hands of Braden. Okay, here we go. Have we ever faced each other in an at-bat? Yes, we have. And how would I try to pitch Kipe? I tried to pitch Kipe, pitch him away, play him away. With Kipe, you had to bring the first baseman, the third baseman in so deep because he was such a great bunter. But we would try and pitch him away and let him hit the ball the opposite way.
There's a strike to Chris Carpenter.
And Kipe was 1 for 4 off me, and he hit a rocket base hit.
27 hopper over the first baseman's head. 0-2 to Carpenter. Well, I would try to hit face or hit Mike like most guys. I would just try to hit it back up the middle. 0-2 pitch, swinging a chopper to third. Uribe, a lob to first, and that ends the inning. It's the first lob I've seen Uribe use. Sandoval will lead things off. Good inning. It's 0-0 with Pablo Sandoval to lead things off.
Pandemonium. I like that.
As Sandoval shows bunt.
Pablo Sandoval's nickname, the Kung Fu Panda. Fans like it too.
Up the middle. And Ryan just happened to be playing Sandoval up the middle. 1 out.
Time for Home Depot doing more on defense, and we go back to Willie McGee. Talk about great defensive players. He was fantastic. Happened to be in San Diego, and watch this throw. He could do it all. And in 1993, I thought that Barry Bonds and Darren Lewis and Willie McGee formed the best outfield I'd ever seen. And that's a Home Depot. More savings, more doing.
Bruce Bochy was the third base coach as Lewis slams it to left. And coming in is Duncan. And it gets by him. And Lewis is on the move, and he'll have a double. Well, Duncan, a game effort. But he could not hang on to it.
No, I thought the timing from Duncan to the ball was such that he was going to make this play. Just on the tip of his web.
He almost had it.
He almost had it. It would have been a great play from Duncan, who is a guy who's more in this line for his bat than his glove. But that would have been a sensational play.
Here's Uribe. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. 288 for Juan Uribe with 7 runs batted in. Last night he took an 0-fer, but he played some defense last night. Two balls and no strikes. Emmanuel Burris is on deck. Giants trying to get on the board first. Three and 0.
Carpenter trying to wrap that little backdoor sinker, and he'll use that pitch a lot. He'll go front door with it to lefties, back door with it to righties. And I think he thought he had a strike there. Remember, it's a tight strike zone to have there, Cooper.
Hit into right center field. Can anybody get there? Nobody will. This is Triple's alley. Lewis scores easily. Uribe on the move. A triple.
Well, against a pitcher like Chris Carpenter, Bruce Bochy will take some gambles, and a 3-0 fastball. He groomed it, and Yohan Uribe jumped all over it the opposite way, and that's going to be our 4th quality drive of the game.
First earned run that Carpenter has given up this year.
And that's after 4 starts.
And now the infield will come in for Emmanuel Burris. So the Giants do indeed get on the board first. And here's Burris. Burris swings and fouls it to the backstop. Burris is swinging the bat pretty well. He had a couple of hits last night. He's hitting .277. Zito to follow. Big breaking ball, and Burris saw it early and he fouled it back.
I got a question for you here. From Mark Larson, Sacramento. Of all the major league stars you've ever seen before, during, or after your careers, who's the most impressive all-around player?
Well, I can't answer that real fast.
Barry Bonds. Not even close.
0-2 to Burris. Got him.
And that's the front door sinker we're talking about. And he will utilize that side of the plate with the action on that fastball. He knows it well. He's got great command with it. And the first time you see it, it freezes you. Because you think you're going to get hit by it, and all of a sudden here comes the movement back across the inside corner. And he was pitching for the strikeout, and he got it.
Zito is 1 for 14. And he chops this one to third. This is going to be a tough play. Got him. And a nice play by Barden to end the inning. Giants pick up a run. After 2, it's 1-0 San Francisco.
Giants on top of the Cardinals, 1-0. Time now to bring you up to speed with the AT&T Rapid Rewind. We go back to last night's ball game. 3 remarkable plays. This one with 2 outs in the 7th inning and a 2-run ball game. Man on and Albert Pujols on deck. Emmanuel Burris picks it. This one, Juan Uribe robs Albert Pujols. That was the next hitter. And then Ryan Ludwig hits a ball right up the middle, and it's Edgar Renteria's turn to 360 and shoot him down. 3 great plays right in a row. And that's our AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered, and you are now up to speed.
Well, in a 2-run win, you never know what happens if one of those plays isn't made. Here's Skip Schumacher. Schumacher hitting .302 with 3 home runs, 14 driven in. Last night Schumacher led off and went 0 for 4. Here he takes a strike. There's that low strike that Mike was talking about from Eric Cooper. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And this is the situation that Tony La Russa wants to get to when he hits that everyday player 9th.
Sandoval, 1 out. Tomorrow afternoon, a 1:05 start. It's Catholic Healthcare West Giants Cap Day. First 20,000 fans will receive a Giants cap. For tickets, go to sfgiants.com or call 877-4-SFG-TICKS. This is a question from Gary from Woodland. Did you ever collect baseball cards?
I did.
And yeah, so did I. It kind of made the world go around. It was baseball in your hand. It wasn't baseball on TV. It wasn't baseball on the radio. It was in your hand. And you got to see what these guys look like. Here's Brendan Ryan.
Well, we used to have a game in grammar school where you'd bring cards to school, and then you know the game pitch pennies. The guy pitched a penny the closest to the wall gets the other penny. Well, we do that with baseball cards.
Well, we weren't allowed. We had a parochial school, and gambling was not allowed.
Well, our parochial school, we encouraged it. It was great.
1 ball and 1 strike. So your school was less parochial than ours, is
yeah,
that
oh yeah. We were minimal parochial.
And then Gary asked later, do you still collect cards? 2-1 pitch. And that's lifted into left field, a base hit. Brendan Ryan is 2 for 2. A little broken back single. No, but you know what? I don't collect them. But if one, is laying around, you got to stop and look at it just to see, did I play against that guy? Were we teammates?
I really am. I'm not much of a collector. All the stuff that has sort of come our way over the years, we've just sort of, given it away or left it standing. Kind of walked away from a lot of it.
Here's Chris Duncan. And Duncan with a big swing and a miss, 0-1.
Now, I've known hitters who will go up there and swing at a first pitch breaking ball like that. And if they look bad, they just sit there and sit on it the rest of the at bat.
Well, Duncan would like to take that curveball and just drill it past Sandoval. That's what he'd like to do.
Or
hit it in the water.
Flip it in the water. And Cardinal batting practice is fun to watch with Chris Duncan and Ryan Ludwig and Albert Pujols, because they can lose some baseballs. And you can throw Rick Ankiel in there as well.
Out of play, it's 0-2.
Rick Ankiel in batting practice swings like he's trying to put out a fire.
Fan in the first row made a nice catch, a leaner. 0-2. Chris Duncan.
And never spilled a drop.
Duncan hit a fly ball to Fred Lewis. Here's the catch by the fan.
Whoa!
Easy, big fella. Runner goes. Pitches low. The throw. Got him! On the overslide. Ryan is thrown out.
Okay, have you ever overslid a bag?
Absolutely.
What can you do about this?
Well, you can try really hard, but in avoiding the tag, you're going to have to take a weird angle and do some different stuff, and it's going to happen. Unless you slide right into the bag perfect every time, then you'll never overslide it. That ends the inning on the strikeout. It stays 1-0 Giants. Here at AT&T Park, the Giants will celebrate their 89 pennant winning club on the 12th and 13th. June 12th, there's a Chalk Talk in Seals Plaza with members of the 89 squad, and it's hosted by my partner. June 13th, on-field reunion as the Giants bring back most of that 89 club. To get tickets, visit sfgiants.com or call 877-4-SFG-TICKS. Rowan takes a strike, and it's 0-1. It'll be Rowan, Renteria, and Wynn here in the third. Rowan pops this one back. Molina gets rid of the mask, but it's going to be out of play.
All right, a question for you. This is from Sean Fleming of Pebble Beach. It says, Kite, the other night your daughter was on TV. She looked pretty cute. How do you deal with her boyfriends?
I got one standard rule. They have to be clean, and they have to be able to play catch. That's it.
I'm in.
0-2 pitch, swinging a foul, and it stays 0-2. I mean, there's 2,000 other little things, but those are two big ones.
That's the two you start out with. All right, this is from Mark Larson in Sacramento. Who's the funniest guy you ever played with?
Breaking ball, and Rowan saw it early and fouls it back. Pat Dobson.
Yeah, he was funny. The Dauber, great storyteller.
20-game winner.
Yep. And passed away last year. We miss him.
Another breaking ball. Rowan hooks it down the line, and he hooked it too much.
Tell you what, that ball's just jumping off his bat. No idea how strong he is. He didn't even have a lot of his lower body in the swing. Kind of got out front, reaching, and just spanked it. Quite a bit foul, though. No brainer for the umpire.
Rowan stays alive as he eats that one out of his kitchen. Get out of there.
I think one of the funniest guys I ever played with was Reenie Martin, a teammate of ours here in San Francisco in the early 80s.
Yeah, he didn't try to be funny, though.
He was just funny looking.
He was. Little flare to right. Rowan's got a hit. He's 3 for 4 lifetime off of Carpenter.
Watch as Aaron Rowan sort of fights off this ball inside. Again, another testimony of strength. And that's a pitch that he could not do this swing, stay inside that pitch, that sinking fastball that goes down and in. Early in the year, he was hooking that thing and he was beating it off his front foot or his shin bone. Now, I mean, just, you know, he's using the whole field, and he beat a good pitch there. That was not a hanger.
Here's Rowan. History's biggest hit is back. Don't miss a sneak peek of Ice Road Truckers. We'll do that in the 7th inning. Renteria drew a walk in the first. At the knees. 0-1.
Here's from Lisa of Nevada. Where were you when you got your call to the big leagues? And were your parents in the stands? Well, I was actually home. I had driven home at the end of the season, 1976, from Wichita.
On the ground. Second for one. And a double play. As Rowan went in hard, but Schumacher stayed in there, 2 outs.
Nice turn there from Skip Schumacher. This kind of a play right here gives you an idea of the arm strength that Schumacher has. Because he threw this ball to first base and he was kind of falling back into left field. Avoid. Nicely done.
It's a lot safer in the outfield.
So I drove into Los Angeles area where we lived in St. Gabriel, and my dad said, call Salty Saltwell, the general manager of the Cubs. Called him up and says, we want you here. So I flew an all-nighter to Wrigley Field and became a big leaguer that day. But my parents did not make the trip.
1-0 to Randy Wynn. Randy Wynn skies one to left. Moving back is Duncan. Still moving back. And Duncan's not going to get it. And it bounces off the wall, and Randy Wynn's got a double. It's a perfect example of you cannot drift on a fly ball.
Well, you can't do it here. The one thing about this ballpark is that you will get about 10% carry because of the wind. And as the ball starts to get affected by the wind, it just sort of drifted, and Duncan was victimized by it. Right there, he's taking a look for help. He knew he was in trouble. Right off the tip of his glove. And he takes on the wall.
And Benji Molina will hit with Randy Wynn at second. Molina struck out in the first inning. Breaking ball for a strike. I was a September call-up, so it was at the end of the AAA season. The last 3 games were in Denver, so I went from Denver to Cleveland. Molina, right center field. This one's going to fall. Randy Wynn comes in to score. Big money. He's going for 2. He's got it.
Well, that swing of the bat's got to feel pretty good. Benji Molina has been stone cold for about the last 11 days. He has not had an RBI. Here, a Benji Molina special. If you try and describe this, you really can't explain it. Now he gets great extension while stepping in the bucket, could drive the ball the opposite gap.
Back-to-back doubles. Here's Sandoval. Sandoval swings. I'll just say a swing and a miss. He was up there hacking at that first pitch no matter where it was.
Well, he can do that. We've also seen him take that same pitch and hit it off the wall.
And he hooks this one foul. It was another breaking ball.
This guy's not happy.
Not happy. Look at this.
He just went to get that bag of popcorn.
Hey, pal, listen. I'm not happy with you, but I got to give you some knuckles.
All right. And there he goes.
That guy right there could squash him with just by shaking his hand. Yeah, okay, we're good. By the way, get some more popcorn.
That's right. The guy says, "Don't worry, I'll buy you new popcorn." Okay, we're good.
1 and 2.
Don't be messing with that guy's popcorn. I'm telling you right now.
It looks like somebody I know in the movie theater.
Yeah. The first or second refill we get.
Yeah, you're on TV, you're eating popcorn, and your hand's too big for the bag. The 1 and 2 to Sandoval. He bounces it foul.
Oh,
yeah.
We're going to make this guy a star right here. He's awesome.
Yeah. This guy's too big for a phone violation.
Yeah, it's true. There'll be no elimination.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Sandoval. In tight. That's 94 backing you off the plate.
Trying to front door him. I mean, he would go right back that same side, same pitch. Sandoval is not an easy guy to get a read on if you're trying to pitch to his swing, because he can cover so many areas and barrel so many different locations out of the strike zone. Got him. Got him with the back foot. I mean, they say throw that slider at the guy's back foot. I mean, not literally, but and here's a situation where he just does get the back foot. Not too bad.
Fred Lewis doubled in front of Chris Duncan in the second.
Of course, it's easy for me to say not too bad up here. Now, meanwhile, you're rubbing your foot.
I know. And this one gets Lewis on the front foot. It's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Lewis. Just inside. to even the count.
Carpenter thought he had that strike. What you get tonight strike-wise, you have to earn. There haven't been a lot of corner calls go by way of the pitcher. For the most part, you hit to a corner, it's been called a ball with both pitchers.
Well, that's the one that Lewis may see again, and he's going to have to swing at it.
Well, it's better to see it for the first time and cost you a second strike than a third strike. So Carpenter may have done him a favor. But what he usually likes to do after he goes front door sinker is go back to your back foot with that hard slider.
And he pulls it foul.
Oh. Richie Peckner, our ball dude tonight, had a chance to be somebody.
You get more airtime if you run out in the field to track him down.
Yeah, that's his brother Mike horse laughing him from the third base side. You horse laugh at your brother.
1-2. And Lewis stays alive.
That breaking ball there had "whack me in the foot" written all over it.
It sure did. By the way, this is Ask Kruk and Kuip night. Go to CSNBayArea.com, click on Ask Kruk and Kuip, and ask us a question.
Neighbors brought his stats out of the sports section.
A run in for the Giants. They're looking for a little more.
He's just grinding that inside corner. A hard slider down and in. Now he's gone with breaking balls towards that inside corner, and that definitely sets up that front door sinker.
Yep.
Where he'll throw the fastball off the plate, then the movement come back across the inside corner. It's perfectly set for him. And here's the other thing too: the Giants are milking pitches out of Carpenter. 56 now.
Got him. So Carpenter wins the battle. Oh, popcorn.
All right, what do you say we take a Corona timeout, and through the first 1,286 career games, we're going to compare Albert Pujols with the greats at age 28, 334 batting average. He's got more home runs than anybody except A-Rod, and he's got more RBIs than anybody, and this is 8 years in the league. Remarkable comparisons, just to give you an idea of how great this guy is. Albert Pujols is going to thrill us for many more years to come. And that is our Corona timeout.
He drew a walk in the first. And a strike. No balls and one strike. Pujols clearly did not think that was a strike. 2-0 Giants here in the fourth.
And I always talk about this guy's setup. Look at how he loads his back leg. And he puts his weight on his inside part of his foot, on the ball of his foot, slightly bent knee. So he's driving off that back leg like a pitcher does off of a rubber. His back shoulder is high, so he's got a good shoulder angle to the ball. So if your back shoulder drops, you're going to uppercut. His swing is extremely flat. And then you always have to have a load as a hitter, as a pitcher. But from a hitter's load, it's very short and compact. And watch when the front foot goes down, where the hand position is. It's high and it's very quick. And as he gets his hip and his leg speed generated through the ball, the bat speed is just lethal.
Rowan is watching this one sail over his head and gone. And it's 2-1.
And when you have a level swing and keep it as level as he does, as long as he does in the strike zone, you're going to backspin balls. And that swing of the bat gives you an idea of the genius that is Albert Pujols. Off the crack of the bat. And we'll watch the whole sequence. Trying to cut a fastball in his hands, then a breaking ball. He falls behind 2-0. And now here's a fastball belt high, and he just extends. And you can see the top hand just throw right through the ball. And I mean, it's just a remarkable swing of the bat.
Thought for a second it was just going to go over Rowan's head and maybe off the wall.
Well, that's the beauty of backspin. You're going to get carry.
Under the glove of Uribe. Lewis gets to it very quickly.
Another look at one of the greatest swings in the history of the game. Just not even a stride. He just lifts his left foot up, and that's to ensure that his head stays still through his swing, and the positioning and balance, and then the great strength. And you can just see the power come off his back leg as the hips rotate through and fire the hands through the ball. And there's the backspin action we're talking about. And boy, he gets a great look. His head stays still through the swing. Just remarkable fundamentals of hitting, and I think it's perfect. I think it's a perfect swing.
Molina hit a fly ball to right field, so Ludwig with a single.
That's a key play for Fred Lewis, to be able to get the ball back in the infield to keep Ludwig at first. That keeps the double play in order. And Yadier Molina has hit into more double plays than any Cardinal.
Zito throws that pitch high and away for a ball. 1-0. It's the 7th home run this year that Zito has given up. There's a strike. Matt Cain has given up 6. Randy Johnson has given up 10. Tim Lincecum only 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Out of play, 1-2.
All right, here's a question from Nancy. Sparks, Nevada. This is Ask Kruk and Kai, presented by Subway Eat Fresh. The question: what was the most you were ever fined in Kangaroo Court, and what did you do?
You see the big unit?
I know what I got fined for. I brought a sandwich, a cheesesteak, into Philadelphia for myself, into the clubhouse before the game.
On the round, maybe a pair. 4, 6, 3.
And that's the significance of the play of Fred Lewis. You ought to give him an assist to keep Ludwig at first base, and Zito getting the ground ball, and that's the big leagues right there.
That's a very good point.
Right on the money not much speed from Molina, so there's all the time in the world for Renteria to make the exchange. And 4-6-3 double play, a thing of beauty.
Breaking ball for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. I think if you missed the sign, it was $100. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, I brought the sandwich in, and Gene Kleins took the sandwich. He goes, "Hey, thanks for sharing." And he cut the sandwich up into 25 pieces and gave everybody in the team a piece. That was my sandwich. And then I got fined what the cost was to buy sandwiches for the whole team, which was $50.
See, you didn't learn that in the Cubs organization.
Nope. Well, that was where I learned. I was visiting team in Philly.
4 strikeouts for Zito. Pujols makes it a 2-1 game.
With the LPGA, Kay is now a commentator with the Golf Channel, and Ms. Inkster here is a Hall of Famer. And you guys got a chance to inspire and chat with some girls that were looking up to you today. Tell us about the event.
Yeah, BOSSI, which is the Bay Area Women's Sports Initiative, put on a youth program today, and we had like 8 panelists from different women's volleyball, soccer, softball, you name it, we were there. And the kids got to ask us some questions about how we got involved and, you know, why we do it. And so it was fun. It was great to inspire young kids.
And Kay, you know, as an athlete, a female athlete, how important sports is to confidence for young girls. Just tell us how you guys can impact young girls.
Well, I think everything that you do with sports that requires hard work, dedication, following rules, camaraderie, sportsmanship, all those things are valuable lessons for girls. And if they can look up to people like us and we can impact them in some way, it's huge. I mean, when we were growing up, Julie and I, we didn't have this opportunity too much, and for us to be able to give back and hopefully give some words of wisdom to kids, it's great.
I know these gals will not forget today. Thanks so much. Dwayne?
Thank you. Go Giants.
Here it's Emmanuel Burris, 1 ball and no strikes. Uribe with the fly ball to right, 1-0 to Burris, and Burris hits this one to second. A big hop for Schumacher. 2 outs.
All right, right now we're going to ask our Aflac trivia question, and this is to honor all of our Giants fans out there. Can you name the National League last pitcher, not from the National League West, to win the Cy Young Award? The last pitcher from outside the National League West to win a Cy Young Award. That's our Aflac trivia question.
Here's Zito. Zito bounced out to third as he takes a strike. 2-1 Giants here in the 4th inning. Zito with a base hit to left.
Julie Inkster, a great athlete, Bay Area native, winging it all the way on the fly. Something Dr. Beers could not do.
Zito with his second hit of the year, and that'll bring Aaron Rowan to the plate. Also means that Carpenter will throw a few more pitches.
I got a question here from Pete from Sacramento. It's a quick one. Is Bochy's hat the biggest hat you've ever seen? I got to go with yes on that.
I think so. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 balls and no strikes.
When you have a big hat or a big helmet, you get labeled Buckethead. That's just a label that gets thrown around baseball, and it's been around forever. Well, in Bruce Bochy's office, somebody has sent him a bucket, and there's a hat stretched over the bucket. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen, and he sits it right there proudly in his office. One thing he's learned a long time ago is that he is not afraid to laugh at himself. He is one of our favorite Giants managers of all time, and we are so impressed with his work ethic and how he runs this team.
In tight to Rowan, 3-1.
Has done a great job here.
Three balls and 1 strike. Rowan rolls it foul, 3-2. Mr. Newcomb caught that ball.
Well, he's no player. He should make the play.
Yeah. 3-2. Zito will take off. And Rowan hits it on the ground to short. They'll go the short way, and Ryan took a little bit of a risk, but that ends the inning. Giants lead 2-1. Affleck trivia question. Name the last pitcher to win the Cy Young outside the National League West. Chris Carpenter.
Chris Carpenter.
It was so obvious.
21-5. He had 28 starts and he won 21 games. Amazing year. 2-1 Giants. We're in the 5th.
Here's Brian Barden, followed by Carpenter and then Schumacher. And the pitch is inside.
I got a question here for myself. This is Krug. Was there a moment when you realized that you're no longer a thrower, had crossed the line to being a pitcher? And there was. It was when I could learn how to. It was when I learned how to win when I didn't have good stuff.
It may have been one of those at bats I had against you.
Probably was.
Here's the 1-1 to Barton. Barton takes a strike, 1-2.
That's a good curveball right there.
Carpenter to follow. Very high, 2-2.
It's that pitch where he'll just drop his angle down just a little bit, give a little sling to the release, and try and accentuate that cut, make it a little bigger, and try and bore it in on the hands of a righty. I'm telling you, just a little high.
Out of play.
And that's the effective pitch. And I like it when a guy has an idea to make a pitch. He may miss with it, but then come right back again and throw it, make the adjustment, and he put that thing exactly where he wanted to. Now that's an 85-mile-an-hour fastball. And Brian Barton's got a pretty quick bat to a fastball, but he was tardy on it just because of the late movement on it. Good pitch.
Barton pops it up. Right side. It's a play for Emmanuel Burris. Not a problem. And that'll bring up Carpenter. You like to get that 7th place hitter before the pitcher comes up. What else you got?
When the Giants make a lot of mistakes and frustrate, how do you remain upbeat? This is from Harvey from San Jose.
That's a good question. Because this past road trip was a little rough. Very frustrating losses. A lot of outs. Key outs with men in scoring position when the Giants are at the plate. But I think that as former players, we know how hard the game is. And if it were easy, big leagues would be a lot bigger. There'd be a lot more teams. So we understand how difficult it can be at times. 1-2 to Carpenter.
And I think the other thing too is if you know that there's talent on the field, you can be patient with it. You know, given enough time, enough at bats, these young players are going to develop. And when, if they didn't have talent, then it would be a problem.
You think this dad knows what the score is?
I don't think he cares.
He has no idea as Carpenter goes down swinging.
He is right where he wants to be with the two people that he enjoys being here with most.
He knows what the score is. The score is before you can blink of an eye, these kids are going to be in college.
Yeah,
that's what the score is.
That's a look of contentment right there.
Yeah, he's happy.
How about this one? Father and daughter. Just been to the Build-A-Bear.
I guarantee you that was Dad's idea.
Yeah,
Mom was like, "Nah, I don't think so." Dad said, "We're doing it."
He's been wanting to go there since this place opened up.
That's right. Build-A-Bear for dads. Schumacher bounced out to Sandoval. Here he takes low, 2 balls and no strikes.
They've got one of those things. They called it Build-A-Boiler. Remember we covered that.
3-0 on the high fastball. He's still going. You know those little small ones at the bottom of the bag? That's what he's getting after right now.
No way. Those are the ones that are laying in the aisle. He spilled those 2 innings ago.
Yeah, the 1 hour rule.
Yeah, I live by the same rule, I might add.
Up the middle, past Zito and Burris, and a base hit, a 2-out single. And here's Brendan Ryan, who's 2 for 2.
Okay, here's one from Anthony in San Francisco. Who is your favorite bartender at Momo's across the street from the ballpark? I got to say it's got to be Anthony from San Francisco.
Yeah, mine too. Mine too. Ryan with a pair of singles. And a quick toss to first. Schumacher has 1 steal. Yeah, Let's go. These blue jeans are too tight.
Yeah. Not getting a lot of sympathy from mom and dad.
Way out in front. Nothing in one.
Beautiful.
All better once mom takes care of it.
Yeah. See, she knows the magic word.
He's still not that jacked up about this. 0-1.
Good looking bunch, though.
(2-1) Giants here in the 5th inning. Once again, a game where Barry Zito is not pitching with a whole lot of runs. That's up high to even the count.
But he's got the lead. And when you're a pitcher and they give you the lead, you're pretty happy.
On the ground is short. Renteria will go the short way, and that ends the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Edgar Renteria to lead things off. Two to one Giants. Here's Edgar Renteria facing Chris Carpenter, and a squibber off the end of the bat. Foul. No balls and one strike.
I like that shot of the ballpark, looking across McCovey Cove. Kind of a foggy night here in San Francisco. You made a great point about the hitters were very excited about the weather today. Normally on 6 o'clock starts, you get sun that reflects off the. There's the view I like. Oh, I love that. You can just see the Coke bottle.
0-2 to Renteria. Randy Wynn to follow. And Renteria not happy about that at bat. Catcher Benjamin Lee leads a group of several Giants seeking their first All-Star Game nod. Go to sfgiants.com to vote online through July 2nd. Get your Giants in the starting lineup in St. Louis. Visit sfgiants.com and you can vote up to 25 times. Here's Randy Wynn.
Well, anyway, the hitters were excited because it was overcast and they didn't have to deal with the sun reflection on the batter's eye in center. An overcast night, much better vision for the hitters, so they were pretty excited about fog coming in.
A quick 0-2 to Randy Wynn. Randy Wynn doubled in the left center field with 2 outs in the third and scored on Benji Molina's double.
I think he was anticipating that he was going to get that front door sinker on that 0-2 pitch, because it was a perfect front door sinker and he had a pretty good rip at it.
And Keel drifts back. 2 outs. Here's Molina. Molina struck out in the first and then doubled in the third. The RBI for Benji Molina, the first one in 10 games. Here he drives one to right, and it's Ludwig who reaches up and makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Chris Carpenter. It'll be the teeth of this Cardinal lineup coming up. Geez.
Hey, if you're looking for the Earthquakes game with Real Salt Lake, that game is airing right now on Comcast Sportsnet Plus, which can be found on Comcast Digital Cable Channel 410, on DirecTV Channel 697, or Dish Network Channel 450. If you can't find Comcast Sportsnet Plus, log on to csnbayarea.com or call your local cable operator. Earthquakes and Real Salt Lake. I thought it said Real Salt Lake there for a second.
Here's Chris Duncan. And a strike. Duncan 0 for 2.
Which reminded us of Kirk Reeder, who did not ever use profanity, and the worst thing he would ever call you would be a Salt Lick.
Kirk Reeder will be here tomorrow.
The old Salt Lick will be here himself.
With Rob Nen.
Bino and the Salt Lick. My partner gave Rob Nen the nickname Bino because when he went into a game, there'd be no more scoring.
Renteria out, and he can't get it. And that's significant because here comes Pujols with a runner on.
Well, it is the Coors Light 6th inning. Now it's time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam, where we're going to look at Chris Duncan, the left fielder for the Cardinals, putting on a good effort here. Always coming up with the play of the game. One more look at how close it was, but he could not come up with it. That's our Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Pujols homered in the 4th inning. The hits are now even at 6. Down low, 1-0.
Oh, he is just spitting on that curveball. Not one time has he gone down on it and bit on that one curveball that is out of the strike zone low. Not one time.
2 balls and no strikes.
But Zito knows. I mean, that curveball is a pitch that he gets ground balls with. And you saw the graphic to let you know this guy hits into a lot of them.
And he made a perfect pitch. And it's 2-1.
Well, this is how you voiced his pleasure with your body if you're a big league hitter. Albert Pujols did not say anything with his voice, but he was speaking loudly with his body language.
Two and two.
Right back, followed it up. And he'd go there again.
He may have been looking hooked.
Good call by Molina, and they just absolutely freeze him on an inside fastball.
He got him.
He's saying that ball's up, and it's a curveball that Zito has really had a hard time trying to find where the happy zone is with Eric Cooper, and that's right down the jar. And I think when Pujols looks this one over again, he may change his mind. And what a great pitch from Zito. 2 fastballs set that one up, and that's a big, big strikeout.
Here's Ludwig. Ludwig takes a strike. He's got the feel of it.
First pitch changeup. Really mixing that first pitch up well. This is what Zito does. I mean, he had a little bit of a mechanical problem in Seattle. It has not been a problem tonight. He has had great command of his stuff.
Swing and a miss. Nothing in 2.
You know you have a good changeup when you can throw it 2 times in a row. And when you get a guy going soft away, that sets up hard stuff in. And that fastball that cuts at the hands is set up big time right now. And Ludwig will chase a fastball up above the letters.
This is off the end of the bat to stay alive.
Another changeup, 3 in a row.
Duncan led the inning off with a base hit. And now Ludwig steps out. Oh and 2. Out of play.
Fastball on the outside corner. I mean, he's really not made many mistakes in the heart of the strike zone. Here ahead the count 0-2, just sort of trying to backdoor a little cut fastball on the outside corner, just staying away from the fat part of the zone.
One and 2.
Well, 2 pitches have been bang, bang, hard stuff, 2 in a row. Now it's definitely got the changeup set up or the big curveball, which he really hasn't shown Ludwig in this at bat.
Popped them up. It's going to be either Burris or Wynn. And it's going to be Randy Wynn calling off at the last second.
Is that a great sound for a second baseman? To hear the right fielder calling it?
It is a great sound. The one thing that was going to be okay, though, is they were going to get a forced play at second no matter what. But you really don't know that when you're going after the ball.
Now, a middle infielder, or any infielder for that matter, they go until called off by the outfielder. But that was going to be a tough play for Burris.
Molina 0 for 2. And that changeup is up high. 1 ball and no strikes. Lifted to right. Randy Wynn into the seats.
Well, we better ask another question. It is Ask Crooked Kipe. It is brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh. And the question is, what's the big glove out in left field made of? That's from Linda from Boulder Creek. Fiberglass. Molded fiberglass. And it's stuffed with all kinds of garments from the people that made the glove.
1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground towards the hole, and Renteria, his long throw will not be in time. And Molina could not have placed it in a more perfect spot on the infield. And now Ankiel will hit with 2 on and 2 out.
Well, you're trying to get everything you can as a third baseman. If it gets past you, it's going to be a difficult play. Now, Renteria knows Molina doesn't have a lot of speed, but still, give you an idea of how perfectly that ball was placed.
Ankiel with a pair of strikeouts. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
Boy, he swings hard. He doesn't want to just hit a home run. He wants to hit a home run you're going to talk about for about the next 10 years.
Zito tried to paint that outside corner to even the count.
Here's the first swing, and you can see just how hard he swings. I mean, he definitely can hit the ball as far as anybody on that Cardinal team. That includes Pujols.
Got Benji Molina. Kind of ding that hand that's inside the mitt. We see that happen to Molina from time to time.
Can't tell if that got his thumb or if it got his fingertip. Yeah, it got his fingertip.
Just off the plate, 2-2. Duncan at second, Molina at first. Hit on the ground to Sandoval. That will end the inning. So Zito allows a couple of hits, and it remains 2-1 Giants. Purchase 2 View Reserve tickets for just $26, and 4 of that 26 will benefit Ronald McDonald House Charities of the Bay Area. Visit your local McDonald's, pick up a coupon, and that way you can take advantage of this season-long special ticket offer. Here's Sandoval. 2-1 Giants. Sandoval is 0 for 1. And a first pitch breaking ball that is in there for a strike. 2-1. Carpenter and Zito spinning a good one.
Yeah, they have hooked up. You're right. That's been a good duel.
This is popped out of play down the left field line.
All right, I got a question for you. This is from Mickey from Pleasanton. What positions did you play in Little League?
The first position I played was third base, because that's what my idol played, Eddie Matthews.
Yep. That was a shortstop.
On the ground to second. Schumacher makes the play. 1 out.
And pitched when I was 12, but there were no pitch counts back then. None. And I can tell you that I pitched a game where I walked 17 and threw a no-hitter. The guys that could hit, I just walked them.
Here's Fred Lewis. I remember a game where you tried that. I think it was opening day in '83, and it didn't work.
I know. That was an inning and a third. Yeah, it happens.
Lewis. Is he going to take his base? Lewis tried to deke Eric Cooper, but he wasn't selling it too good.
Yeah, you got to start grabbing your toe just like the refrigerator dropped on it.
Here's where he went. Oh, yeah, that got me. And then it almost got him again.
Okay, here's from Beth from Monterey. What are flights like with the team?
Painless. Painless.
Now, the Giants travel secretary, Michael King, is the best in the game, and he goes overboard to make everybody comfortable, and we appreciate what he does, because those flights really are your time to just relax, get some rest.
Plus, he'll rub your feet about halfway through a long flight.
Yeah, that makes them very special in our eyes.
All you got to do is just take your socks off and kind of wiggle them in the air, and here he comes. Slow chopper. Ryan will throw out Lewis. 2 outs. And if we don't get to your questions tonight, we do have a lot of them. And then at some point, maybe on another date this season, we'll do it again. Just go to csnbayarea.com, click on Ask Kruk and Kite. And this is all presented by Eat Fresh, Subway. 0-1 to Juan Uribe. In tight, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Here's a question from Scott from Campbell. How many foul balls have made their way into your broadcast booth during your careers calling games?
Here or around the league? Hook foul.
Well, here we've never had one come into the booth. But around the league, it depends on the ballpark. I mean, the old Cincinnati Stadium used to be pretty good. There'd be 1 or 2 wing through there every year.
You know, we don't get any anymore. It used to be we'd get 20 a year. But with the new ballparks, you're right. I mean, we're going to a park on Tuesday. There's never a ball hit above us in Washington, D.C.
And never will.
Foul back.
The broadcast booth is on the top of the stadium. It's so high that it actually is higher than some of the light standards in the ballpark. We're higher than the Washington Monument.
Two-two pitch, and he got him swinging. Carpenter's 5th strikeout. We will head to the 7th. It's 2-1.
to Giants baseball. The Giants lead at 2-1 in the top of the 7th, and you're seeing tonight Pablo Sandoval get his second start of the season at first base. And I talked to him before the game about the adjustments he has to make from third to first, and he kind of shook his head and said not many. What I finally got out of him was at third base his body has to have more range. At first base it's all about the footwork and repetitiveness of getting back to the bag, and of course he played first base all winter for his team in Venezuela, so that had to help out as well, guys.
All right, Amy, very nicely done. As Barden bounces out 6-3, and we got a pinch hitter.
It's going to be Nick Stavanoa.
Stavanoa it is.
And that, I'm sure, does not disappoint anybody in the Giants dugout that Chris Carpenter will be out of the game. Zito has been spectacular.
Stavanoa had an at-bat last night. Matter of fact, he had an at-bat and then he stayed in the game and he went 0 for 2. He's hitting .237. 1 ball and 1 strike. We are in the 7th inning, and the next pitch that Barry Zito is going to throw is 101. And a drive into the alleyway, and that's going to be extra bases, I think. Rowan cuts it off. Rowan straightens up and throws, and sliding into second is Stavanoa. So a pinch hit double.
Little breaking ball down around the knees, and Stavanoa, a big strong guy, just went down there and got it. Nice try for Rowan, cutting this ball off. I thought for a second that he was going to be able to hold Stavanoa, but he runs well for a big guy. Looks like a shortstop there, backhand.
Here's Schumacher. Schumacher singled in the 5th. Shoots this one fair over the bag. This is going to tie the game up. And Schumacher has got a double. It's 2-2.
Schumacher really stayed inside this breaking ball well. And there you get a chance to see the knob lead as he spears this thing and just carves it right inside the foul line. Dave Righetti going to come out and stall a little time. The bullpen a chance to get greased up and perhaps calm his pitcher down. You hold a 1-run lead this late into a ball game and you give it up, you're steamed. And right now is not the time to lose focus because you're angry. And I think that's one thing that Dave Righetti is going to do. Just pour a little water on Zito and just calm him down. First thing a pitching coach will ask a pitcher is, okay, how are you going to pitch this next guy? And immediately his focus has to go to the next hitter. He'll give you his 3 or 4 pitch plan, and then once you're convinced that he's into the next hitter as a pitching coach, you can take your hike back to the bench. I thought the guy who was so good at doing that was Roger Craig, and Norm Sherry as well. Norm Sherry, a good pitching coach in that regard. He would come out and always seem to find a way to get you back into the game, into the moment. Chris Carpenter saw on the bench, can no longer lose this game, but he can win it.
Brendan Ryan has a couple of hits, bounced out in his last at bat, and here he takes high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Zito's got to pay close attention to Schumacher because he will take off if you don't pay mind to him at second base.
Two 2-0. Metters, Affelt in the Giants bullpen. There's a strike. 2-1. Giants scored 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Pujols homered in the 4th, and now a run here in the 7th to tie the game. And the Cardinals trying to do more than that. Out of play, 2-2.
Zito's been pretty much a come set, one look and go.
Pulled foul. There's the big breaking ball from Zito.
Tell you one thing, though, I don't sense any apprehension whatsoever from Zito in the release of all these pitches. He's been very committed to what he's doing. He's had good finish on everything he's thrown in this at bat.
Schumacher not a big lead, but Zito and Burris just keeping an eye on him. Two balls, two strikes. Center field, right at Rowan. 2 outs. Here comes Duncan. Duncan flied out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and then looped a single over Renteria in the 6th.
Now, situation here too. I mean, you have to look at who's up there, who's on deck, how many open bases you have to play with. 3rd time he's opened up and at bat with Duncan with a first pitch curveball. There's the guy on deck. Now you've got 2 bases that you can play with. And basically it means that he does not have to just give into the middle of the plate to either Duncan or Pujols.
Low. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's a perfect 0-1 pitch. Cut fastball, just sort of let it drift out of the strike zone low. Hope that an eager, anxious hitter is going to chase and try and follow you. And that's just an idea of trying to have a hitter hit your location.
One and 2.
And again, it was the curveball, and it just locking Chris Duncan up.
Zito steps off.
Not a bad idea. Now Molina's going to come out and talk about it. If you're thinking about it, throwing another curveball, the longer you wait, the more time you take between throwing this curveball and the last one he saw. I think it is something that definitely falls in favor of the pitcher. And he is way ahead in the count. He does not have to throw that thing for a strike. He can drop that thing down there below the zone and hope that Duncan swings at it. He can try and pound him above the hands with the fastball.
A bullet past Sandoval down the right field line. Here comes the lead run, and Duncan's got a double. It's 3-2 Cardinals. That's 3 doubles in the inning.
You can see the anger on the face of Zito. He just caught too much strike zone, and he didn't have to. In a 2-strike count, Duncan taking some swing out and making nice adjustments, looking for a mistake up, and he gets one and capitalizes on it.
Pujols will be walked. So Cardinals have scored twice here in the 7th inning. And here comes Bruce Bochy. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up. Your oil change, tune-up, and smog experts. We'll be back. Brendan Metters is on to face Ryan Ludwig. A 3-2 lead now for the Cardinals.
21st game for Metters. Had an outstanding first couple of months for Bruce Bochy. 17 punch outs. Fastball, curveball, cutter split. And he inherits 2 runners. And that's what you're judged on if you're in this situation as a reliever. How you hold runners from scoring, the ones you inherit when you come in, and how you get that first guy out.
Ludwig saw breaking balls from Zito. Now he sees a first pitch breaking ball from Metters. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing at a high fastball, and this is foul back. It's a ball and a strike. Three runs on 10 hits for St. Louis. Breaking ball is up and in, 2-1.
Really had his elbow below his shoulder when he flipped that one up there. His hand was not in good position. It was not high enough for him to get on top of it and pull down and finish that pitch off.
Foul back, 2-2 to Ludwig. Giants know the deal. They need to keep this game close.
Now the Cardinals, they've had the best pitching in the National League. If you look at the ERA, their staff ERA 3.60. They're pretty solid all the way through the last guy on their staff. So it doesn't get any easier. You're right, and they know that. They can't afford to go down by a big number.
Two and 2 to Ludwig. Man on second, 2 outs, 2 runs in. Popped him up. It's Burris or Renteria. It's Renteria who hangs in there to make the catch. 2 runs for the Cardinals. They lead 3-2. History's biggest hit is back. Here's a sneak peek. Take a look at our McDonald's game summary. A 3-2 lead for the Cardinals. Pujols has a solo home run. Schumacher has the RBI to give the Cardinals the lead. Uribe's got an RBI triple, Molina an RBI double, and Zito pitches well again. That's our McDonald's game summary. And a strike to Emmanuel Burris.
Jason Mott, the new right-hander for the Cardinals, and you're looking at a guy who's got a pretty good fastball. It'll go mid to high 90s. He's got a slider to go off that fastball.
Well, he's got a quick 0-2 to Emmanuel Burris.
There's the number: 17 strikeouts in 19 innings, 23 base runners in 19 innings. Excellent numbers. 23rd time he's taken the ball for Tony La Russa. Kid out of Iona College.
And a 3-pitch see-ya. Schumacher goes from second to left. Joe Thurston goes to second. And here's Nate Scherholz. So Scherholz hitting for Metters, and on the first pitch he lifts it foul. He is lighting up the radar gun, folks.
Yeah, he's got a good fastball.
He's got a little Mad Hungarian in him too.
Indeed he does. Mott's 6 feet tall, 210 pounder. And the Mad Hungarian that my partner's talking about, Al Rabowski, now a broadcaster with the Cardinals. And that was his whole deal when he pitched too. He had an act, but he also threw hard. Sergio Romo warming up for the Giants, about to get his 2009 season going as he comes off the disabled list.
A 1-2.
But you know, Mott's kind of got the look of a Mad Hungarian.
Yeah, he's very agreeable. All he does is shake his head up and down. When you throw 98, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Absolutely, you can.
Scherholz fouls it out of play.
And that's the one he wants you to swing at. The one right across the letters. You're talking about a high velocity fastball. That is not an easy assignment. Looks like he's been drinking coffee since 7 this morning.
Big coffee drinker, Jason Mott. Look out. 2-2.
He doesn't put that on. He screws it on. But I mean, you know what? That's what you want your reliever to look like.
Hit on the ground to second. Thurston just into the game, and he nearly threw it away. And Pujols stayed on the bag. And Pujols is thinking, hey, yo, Joe, don't get the big fella hurt.
Well, it's nice to have a Gold Glover at first base when you kind of throw one weird, but Nate Pujols does a nice job of avoiding Pujols. He could have stepped on him running past the bag.
Here's Aaron Rowan. Rowan 1 for 3.
It's be a good matchup right here. A guy that likes to throw fastballs and a guy likes to hit them.
Hit into center field, hit well, and Keel is going to track it down, and that ends the inning. Through 7 innings, it's 3-2 St. Louis. Hey, Little League Day is tomorrow right here at AT&T Park. You get a Q&A with Giants players and coaches, including pitcher Tim Lincecum. My partner is going to host that. There's a parade, and the Little Leaguers are able to run the bases after the ball game. So come on out. For tickets, visit sfgiants.com or call this special number, 415-972-2298. 3-2 Cardinals. And Sergio Romo is back. And so is this little guy.
Yeah, good to see this guy back on the mound. A lot of his season he has missed because of an elbow problem that he had in spring training. Romo last year appeared in 29 games for Bruce Bochy, 33 strikeouts in 34 innings, just 24 base runners allowed in those 34 innings, a 2.12 ERA, and he kind of threw the kitchen sink at you. Got a real good sinking fastball. He understands movement, and he can paint like that. Tried to go backdoor with a sinker. He can 4-seam, 2-seam the fastball. He's got a number of different breaking balls he can throw, and he'll change his arm angles at you. And he's got the guts of a burglar. Good to see this guy back healthy.
And he is very pleased to be back. 1-2.
The thing that is so remarkable about this guy is his ability to command corners with a number of different arm angles and a number of different movement types. I mean, he really understands pitching. He really understands movement and how to apply it to certain swing types, and that's a gift. And he's got all the fidget of Gaylord Perry.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And the Frisbee slider 2-2.
Went down and pitched 7 innings of rehab baseball. Didn't give up a run. And he is, to say he's bubbly is an understatement. Somewhere between bubbly and amped.
Here's the 2-2 offering. And he got him.
See ya.
All right, at the Acme Chop House, Dave Benz. Dave?
Hey, fellas, coming up on Post Game Live, immediately following the final out, I'll be joined by Bip Roberts. We'll have plenty of post-game analysis. We'll also send it into the clubhouse where Amy G will get the post-game reaction from the players. That's coming up on Post Game Live. Fellas?
All right, thanks, Dave. Here's Ricky Ankiel. 0 for 3 tonight for Ankiel. Ankiel swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. Zito and Carpenter were both very good. And right now Carpenter has the edge. And the Cardinals lead 3-2. Off the end of the bat, foul. And it's a quick 0-2 to Rick Ankiel. Mike Peckner doing the duties down the left field line.
Yeah, he finally found a speed and ground ball he can handle. Nice going, Mike. That a bit.
0-2 to the Cardinals center fielder Rick Ankiel. Had to wrap that one around there. It's 1-2.
But you know, that's a great 0-2 pitch because it's in a super location. Nobody's really going to do much with that if they try to hit it. Some umpires are going to call it strike 3. And it sets up a number of pitches.
Came in tight 2-2. On deck, Brian Barden. The 2-2 offering to Ankiel. Got him.
I mean, he is funky. Just because, I mean, he just doesn't seem to make a lot of mistakes up. Stuff's always down. It's either coming at you or going away from you. It's never straight, and it's always in a good location. And Rick Ankiel has got himself a hat trick. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts tonight. Rough night.
Here's Barden. Barden 0 for 3. A couple of ground balls and a pop-up. Giants trail by 1 in the 8th inning. It'll be Renteria, Wynn, and Molina. Lifted to right. Randy Wynn coming in. Randy Wynn will have it fall just inside that line down the right field line, and it'll be a 2-out single for Barton. And that'll bring up Thurston. So Thurston will hit. Eleven hits now for the Cardinals. Thurston started last night at third base, and he took an 0 for 4. Cardinals have no idea when they'll get Troy Glass back, and they're worried they might not.
They say it's 50-50. He's coming back this year.
0-1.
Good sinking fastball. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a huge part of the game, injury. And the fate of your club can at times depend upon how healthy your team stays. I really think they should consider trainers for MVP.
Yeah, I agree. Down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a lot of times the injuries are unavoidable. And then your training staff has to work their wonders trying to get everybody back on the field. Driven to right. Hit well. Wynn looking up. And it is off archway number 4. Here comes Barton. Burris's throw is going to be to third. And Thurston beat it. And it's 4-2. Another double for these Cardinals.
Pitch up at the belt, and Thurston with a good swing almost knocks it out of here, and the Giants catch a bad break as it hits off the wall and kind of kicks away from Randy Wynn. And they got a little kick right there. Enabled Barton a chance to score, who was going on contact with 2 outs.
Here's Schumacher. Romo will pitch out of the windup. So I think Romo, and everybody's a little shocked. Boom, boom, a couple of strikeouts, and then all of a sudden the Cardinals have picked up an insurance run. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. I think, Mike, you just got done saying what a good job Romo is at keeping the ball down. And then later on in the inning, the one that he kept up got hit. That's Justin Miller. Out of play, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, when it starts to go against you, you just have to slow things down, see the pitch in your mind before you make it. Nice backdoor breaking ball there. You can't throw it any better.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul back.
The other thing too for Romo, it's opening night. You would expect him to be a little pumped up. This is his first day in the big leagues since coming off the DL. Trying to minimize the damage here, get his club back in.
Hit on the ground and into right field. Schumacher with his 3rd hit. I don't think Pablo Sandoval saw the ball at all.
Well, you would think that off the crack of the bat was going to be the first baseman who's going to have the best chance to get this ball. You saw the ball come off the bat and you looked over to Sandoval and he didn't move. I agree with you.
When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune Up, your oil change tune up and smog experts. Miller coming in. of the Cardinals. Well, coming up tonight after post-game live, it'll be Sportsnet Central. It'll be the recap of this ball game, of course, the A's and Rangers, their highlights, and the Cavaliers and Magic Game 6. So that's what's coming up on Sportsnet Central as Justin Miller is into the game.
The numbers for Justin Miller as he takes the ball for the 19th time. An excellent first couple of months. 2.14 ERA.
All of this, by the way, has happened after 2 strikeouts to start out the 8th inning.
Brendan Ryan, a couple of hits tonight. Native of Southern California, as is Skip Schumacher at first base. A lot of Californians throughout Major League Baseball.
Miller to Ryan, and a strike, and it's 0-1. Good start, rough ending for Romo.
Well, definitely get rid of the first inning blues, opening night jitters. The one pitch that really hurt him was a triple from Thurston. That was a ball that was up. This was the ball that was off the bat of Schumacher, and you can see that there wasn't a first baseman after the ball. And I think what may have happened is that he sort of backed off thinking it was going to be the second baseman's ball as he's starting to learn the position and define the territory he's responsible for. I mean, that could happen. At third base, it's easy. You take everything you can get to your left. At first base, it's a little different. If you venture way to your right, you take yourself out of position, and nobody's going to be at second base or at first base in time to cover the bag. So it's something he has to learn. But I think clearly that may have been the Giants' best chance to catch that ground ball if Sandoval took off and made an attempt to get it.
One and one to Brendan Ryan. Way outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Tomorrow, no easier task for the Giants. Adam Wainwright against Jonathan Sanchez. On the ground, Renteria underhands it to Burris, and that ends the inning. Couple of runs here. It'll be Renteria, Wynn, and Molina coming up 5-2 Cardinals. Well, tomorrow, right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, pregame live will start at 12:30. Then the ballgame will start at 1. It'll be Adam Wainwright against Jonathan Sanchez. Check us out. We're going to be here. We want you to be here. We want you to watch the final game of that 3-game series. Here's Renteria, who takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Now, one thing about hitting it against Jason Mott, you know what to look for. He's going to come at you and challenge you for the most part with the fastball. And then he's got the slider right there, but we haven't seen a lot of those. Until you have 2 strikes on you, you spit on it, look for the number 1.
1 ball and 1 strike. Renteria 0 for 2. On the ground to short. Ryan has it. Ryan's got that Chris Spire crow hop that you just don't see very often.
You got the old style socks, gives you the old style crow hop. Why not? All right, here's the crow hop right here. That's the old Chris Spire.
Chris Spire, 1 big crow hop, and his throw is 12 feet shorter. Randy Wynn is 1 for 3. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
Just get to the back of the batter's box. Screw yourself in and get ready to have that 97 plus.
Now it's 0-2.
That's the one pitch that even if you know it's coming, it's not an easy thing to turn around.
And that's a 3-pitch strikeout. 2 outs here in the 8th inning.
Well, you look at Jason Mott, he really reminds you of Bruce Sutter, Hall of Fame closer that went into the Hall of Fame as a Cardinal. I mean, Sutter had more hair, but facial hair, definitely a resemblance.
Benji Molina skies this one to right. By the way, Chris Spire is Dusty Baker's bench coach in Cincinnati, just in case you wanted to know. 9th inning coming up. 5-2 Cardinals. Well, tonight has been Ask Kruk and Kuip live, sponsored by Subway Eat Fresh. We'd like to thank all the folks who did go on to csnbayarea.com and ask us a question. We have a stack of papers, but the size of a telephone book, that we will not get to. So hopefully throughout the season, we will be able to answer some of those questions that you kind folks sent in tonight.
Yes, indeed. Thank you for your support. We will ask a few more here tonight, but we were overwhelmed with a response, and we'll get to a lot of them during the season.
Oh, we're on TV. Colby Rasmus is pinch hitting, facing Miller, and there's a line drive right at Lewis, and Lewis will put it away.
I think, yeah, the ball
probably not as easy as it looked. And here's Albert Pujols. Pujols 1 for 2, a couple of walks and a home run. First pitch strike at the knees. So you're going to finish strong?
Well, I've got one from Jordan from Belfast, Ireland. What is the best nickname you've heard in your careers? This guy is sitting at his laptop. It's 4 in the morning in Ireland.
Oh. And that one is hit to Ireland. Albert Pujols sends one to Jordan on his couch in Ireland, and it's 6-2.
Wow, that went out of here in a hurry. That is what you can do with a hanging breaking ball. We haven't seen Justin Miller hang many, but this is a hanger. Boom, and the flat, powerful swing of Albert Pujols took full advantage of the location mistake. That was a big one, folks. Goes halfway up the bleachers here, and you've hit a big one.
Here's Ludwig. Ludwig goes around, and it's 0-1.
So, what is the best nickname you've heard in your career?
Well, you know what? There are hundreds of them, but the first one that came to my mind was Oil Can Boyd.
That's a good one. I like Will the Thrill. I like Rod Beck. We call him Shooter. Big unit, Randy Johnson. That's a good one. Say Hey Kid.
There's a strike, 1-2.
Stretch, Willie McCovey, the Baby Bull, Orlando Cepeda, the Dominican Dandy, Juan Marichal. I mean, in-house here, Giants organization, there's some classic ones.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ludwig 1 for 4. Strike 3 call, 2 down.
Well, again, normal speed and a location mistake of one of the more classic swings in the history of the game. And when you watch this guy, I mean, you do get the feeling you're watching greatness. The numbers that he's put up, really remarkable numbers that he's put up.
Here's Molina. Molina 1 for 4. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. In the 9th for the Giants, Sandoval, Lewis, and Uribe. Driven down the right field line, and this is going to be foul.
You look at Albert Pujols and what he's done in his 8 years. You have to remind yourself he's still 29 years old. He'll turn 30 next January. He signed through 2010 with a club option for 2011. It's hard to even imagine what this guy would bring if he hit the open market. which I don't think the Cardinals will ever allow him to do.
Driven into right center field, and Molina has his second hit. It is the 15th hit for the Cardinals tonight.
We have a question from Jeff Bolshevnikov from Irving. Who wins the 100-meter dash, Benji Molina or Yadier Molina? I don't know.
Yadier wins easily. He's younger. He's had few squats.
Yeah, the squats are what get you.
And Keel takes wide, and Keel is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts.
Stephen Jones from San Jose says, Croup, Philly cheesesteaks. Is it Pat's or Geno's in Philadelphia? Pat's.
1-0 pitch. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. There was a time when after the game, night game, just head on over. Now that just doesn't happen anymore.
It can't happen.
High and wide, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Here's one from Jermaine from Vallejo. Says, can I tickle you guys? No. This one's from Mike from Palm Springs. Have you ever been down a slide in the Coke bottle in left field?
I don't think we're allowed.
I don't think we'd fit.
That's why I don't think we're allowed.
My partner did do the Bernie Brewer slide in Milwaukee, however, in a suit, I might add.
Not really my idea, by the way. The 2-2 pitch, and Keel fouls it back.
Kite, being a fielder, what was your favorite play to make? Asks Nick from Riverbank.
Probably turning a double play. Two balls, 2 strikes. I mean, Ann Keel is trying to do a bunch of things. 1, get a hit. 2, avoid the sombrero.
He's already got 3 strikeouts under his belt. 1 more strikeout would give him the silver sombrero.
Three and 2. And the walk.
Here's one from Kathy from Atwater. Says, Crook, my husband said that Candy Maldonado made a prediction that you would win 20 games and he would hit a home run to help you win in 1986. Is that true? Yep. Yes, it is. From Jan from Garden Valley. Did either of you smoke? And if so, when did you quit?
I plead the 5th. Here's Barden. Up high, 1 ball and no strikes.
Here's one from Tyler from Folsom. Is there any smack talk between you and other broadcasters of other ball clubs? Absolutely there is.
Hit high to right field. This should end the inning as Randy Wynn comes in. And that will do it. It is the last chance for the Giants. Sandoval Lewis in a rebase, 6-2 Cardinals. hits for the Cardinals, 2 runs on 6 hits for the Giants. Giants for the longest time in this game led 2-1. Ryan Franklin is on to do the pitching.
The numbers for Franklin: 20th time he's taken the ball for Tony La Russa. 12 for 13 out of save opportunities. And this is a guy, for the most time in his career, has been setting people up. At 36 years old, he's got, well, this is his 9th year in the big league level. He could throw 4 pitches, but his split figure fastball has really been the pitch that has enabled him to be the closing guy. But I'll say this about the Cardinals bullpen. I mean, these guys look like they all came out of the Ozarks. They got the look that you need in St. Louis.
Here's Sandoval. Sandoval is 0 for 2. And he swings at the first pitch. And Pujols will make the play. 1 pitch, 1 out. Colby Rasmus, after the pinch hitting appearance, is now in center field. And Keel moves to right. And here's Lewis. Lewis had a double in the second. Giants got all of their hits through the first 4 innings. They have not had a base runner since Zito singled in the 4th. That's how good Carpenter was the last 3 innings that he pitched, and it's how good the bullpen has been for the Cardinals. One ball and 1 strike. Lewis gets jammed as he lifts it to right center field, and Keel puts it away. 2 outs. And here's Juan Uribe. Uribe 1 for 3. He tripled in the Giants' first run in the second, and that was the first earned run that Carpenter had given up this year. But Carpenter is an out away from moving to 3-0. And a base hit past Pujols for Uribe, his second hit of the game.
That put a good feel in your hand. Nice opposite field approach. Keep things going here. Giants need base runners now. They'd love to be able to take one shot to tie this ball game up with the tying runner in the batter's box. Just to let the Cardinals know that they're still out there.
Burris is 0 for 3. Richarlia now on deck. Martha looks cold.
She did.
Uribe's going to go, and that's a strike, and it's a quick 0-2. No steal for Uribe. Burris right back to Franklin, and that's the ball game. So game 2 of this series goes to the Cardinals, as the Cardinals score late and they score often, and they win 6-2. Our next telecast on Comcast Sportsnet